It begins with Wikus, who is an alien affairs official at MNU, Multinational United, being interviewed. He says that his organization engages with the aliens called prawns on behalf of the humans. A huge spaceship hovers over Johannesburg and stops there. A news reporter says the ship's doors didn't open for 3 months, so the humans decided to cut their way into it. They got to a room where there were many aliens that were weak and scared. The government decided to get the millions of aliens to a temporary camp on Earth, which was soon fenced and militarized and became a slum called District 9. The MNU CEO says that the aliens are here to stay. They speculate that the ship was inoperable because the command module had detached from the ship and had got lost. They tried looking for the part, but they didn't find it. They found prawns with weapons. The people and the prawns started rioting in an attempt to remove all aliens from there. They wanted District 9 to be moved and more policed and controlled. To enforce the mass evacuation, the government turns to MNU to move 2 million prawns to another location 200 kilometers away from Johannesburg, where they have created a new facility for them. The managing director of MNU, named Smith, was briefing his team about how they have to deliver the evacuation notices to the prawns and get them to sign the form. He appoints Wikus to take direct command of the operation, who is also his son-in-law. Kainia, Wikus's wife, says that he always used to make things for her and holds a bowl he made her. An MNU employee says that no one had seen this coming and no one knew what Wikus was doing. Wikus asks a soldier why they have more ammunition than the allocated amount, and the soldier asks him to speak to Colonel Kubis, who gets very angry and verbally attacks him. The operation begins. Heavily armed security convoys enter District 9, backed up with air support. As they get out of the convoy, the aliens shoot them, and they get low and move away. MNU agents go door to door asking for imprints as sign on the documents from the prawns. Wikus sees a prawn eating a tire. A soldier goes to stop it, but the prawn kills him. Another soldier then shoots him, and many other prawns gather. Wikus throws cat food at them to distract them. Wikus asks a prawn to sign the document for cat food. The prawns love cat food and grabs it and eats it immediately. The Nigerians started a cat food scam, where they sold cat food to the aliens for alien weaponry. The Nigerians in District 9 were headed by Obasanjo, a powerful underground gangster. Wikus goes knocking at another slum, and as the door opens, he realizes it's where the prawn eggs are hatching. He begins investigating, showing the crew how the nutrients are provided to the eggs through wires. They use a fire gun and kill the eggs. A reporter says that the MNU is after the alien weapons, as MNU is the second largest weapon manufacturer in the world. They can't use the aliens' weapons, as their weapons are engineered in a biological manner to act exclusively with alien DNA. 2 adult prawns and a kid prawn are scavenging in the garbage. The kid prawn gives the adult prawn, named Christopher something, and Christopher praises it. In their hut, the 2 adult prawns conduct an experiment to create a tube with the object they found before. Wikus and team reaches their hut and knocks on the door. 1 adult prawn opens the door and Christopher escapes. The one that opens the door is held captive outside. Wikus goes into the hut and finds the laboratory where they were conducting experiments. He finds the tube that they created. He fiddles with it, and it sprays a black liquid on his face. He spits it out, cleans himself, and bags the tube, takes it with him, saying it's dangerous. Wikus finds the biggest bust of weapons in the hut. He calls the soldiers in the helicopter to his location. Wikus takes a weapon outside. As he is showing it to the prawn, the helicopter approaches them, and the prawn attacks the humans and flings Wikus away. The soldiers come and shoot it down. Wikus is treated for his injuries. Wikus seems a little sick. His team asks him about it, but he says he's okay. Wikus then sees the kid prawn and tosses him some cat food. But the kid throws it back at him, and he gets pissed. Christopher comes out. Wikus asks him for his imprint on the eviction document. Christopher doesn't give it, so Wikus tells him that he will take his kid. Wikus enters the hut and searches for the kid prawn. But Wikus starts coughing a lot and goes out and pukes. They then leave the aliens there and go away. A soldier asks Wikus how he's feeling, and he says he's okay, just a bit dizzy. Then he stops them, saying he wants something to eat. As he is eating, his nose starts bleeding a black liquid, and he freaks out. He goes back to the MNU headquarters to do some paperwork. As he is fiddling with his fingernail, his nail just comes off, and he freaks out and runs to the bathroom. He tries to do it for the other fingers, and they peel off easily too. Christopher and the kid prawn try and search for the tube they created but can't find it. Christopher goes and gets a weapon from the Nigerians. The Nigerians kill another alien. A man explains that alien body parts, when consumed, can cure diseases like diabetes, blood pressure. The Nigerians were consuming alien body parts. They believed that consuming them would give them power to use their weapons. Wikus gets home all nervous, but he is welcomed with a surprise party. His parents and loved ones are there who wish him for his promotion. Tanya asks him what happened to his hand. He tries to rush to the toilet, but his father-in-law, Smith, grabs hold of him and tells him that too many aliens died during the operation, and he is under scrutiny, and threatens him that if he can't do the job, he will find someone that can. While Wikus is cutting his cake, he pukes the black liquid and faints. As the doctor cuts the bandages on his arm, Wikus explains what all happened to him. But suddenly he realizes that his hand has turned into the alien hand, and he panics, while the doctor tries to calm him down. Tanya, who is sitting outside, sees the soldiers rush in. The soldiers suppress Wikus and put him into a bag as Tanya watches on and screams for them to stop. He's taken to a lab, and the doctors try to make sense of what's happening to him. They find the tube, store it, and conduct various experiments on him. They check if he can use alien weapons, and he can. So they make him try many alien guns. He says he won't pull the trigger at first, but they hurt him and make him shoot targets. He keeps asking for his wife and is very confused, but they don't tell him anything. As he's shooting targets with different guns, they put a live prawn for him to shoot. He says he won't shoot it, but they make him do it, and the prawn is killed. Smith and other officials discuss about how his body is merging into alien DNA, and now it is the perfect balance of both, and how many nations would do anything for the organic material he possesses. They talk about harvesting his organs. Wikus is conscious and asks Smith for help, but he doesn't do anything when another official gives them the go-ahead. Smith tells Tanya Wikus won't survive. She is very concerned and asks why, since he only injured his hand. But he says that Wikus was always so weak and his injuries spread. Wikus is in a lab and hears them saying they'll harvest his heart. He struggles and tries to stop them, and finally his alien arm cuts loose. He frees himself and runs away with a nurse as hostage. Smith is informed about his escape. Wikus changes into the nurse's clothes and escapes. He steals a phone and calls home. He hears warnings being issued against him, stating that he's dangerous. His caretaker picks the call and is not happy about it. He asks for his wife, but she doesn't help him. He is the most valuable human alive, as he successfully combined with alien DNA. But the most important thing was that he could use alien weaponry. He steals some clothes and goes to buy food. But fake news of him escaping after being apprehended for contracting a disease after sexual activity with aliens plays out. And everyone panics and runs away after the news says that the disease is contagious. He grabs something to eat before they shoot him away. He goes to a lonely place and tries to call his wife. But immediately the MNU truck and helicopters get there searching for him, but he hides in the grass. He ends up hiding in District 9. He buys some cat food, and as he's eating it, his teeth fall off. Tanya calls him and tells him that she doesn't want anything to do with him. He tries to persuade her, saying that her father is lying, and he did not engage in any sexual activities with aliens. But she does not believe him and cuts the call. He steals an axe and cuts his alien finger off. He sees a MNU helicopter heading his way. He goes into a hut to hide. But it's Christopher and his kid's hut. Wikus tries to tell Christopher to let him hide there. He doesn't agree at first, but then he sees Wikus's alien arm as he faints, and he puts his unconscious body down in the basement. Wikus then realizes his basement is a spaceship. Christopher asks Wikus about the tube. He says he confiscated it and MNU has it now. The kid then asks Christopher about the fuel. Wikus then realizes they were trying to create fuel to go away. Christopher says that he can fix him. Wikus is very happy, but it is short-lived when Christopher tells him that the tube he confiscated was the only one they had. The alien suggests they both go to retrieve it, but Wikus says they both will die that way, as it is a suicide mission. Wikus gets a call from his wife, who says she wants things to go back to normal, and he says he wants that too. But the MNU is using her call to track his location. Wikus goes to Christopher and asks him if he gets him the tube, will he be able to turn him back to human again, and they can use it to start the alien ship and go back home. Christopher agrees. Wikus goes to get weapons from the Nigerians. Obasanjo asks Wikus to show him his hand. He tastes his blood and is almost going to cut his hand. But Wikus falls back on an alien gun, and he uses it to shoot the Nigerians. They are scared now, and he makes them give him weapons and leaves. Smith and Kubus discuss how their team will kill Wikus swiftly. But when the team reaches, no one is there. And suddenly the MNU office is bombed. Alarms start blaring and people start evacuating. Wikus and Christopher get into the building, but get shot at when a door opens. Wikus shoots back. They search for the tube, while Kubus and team are heading towards them. Wikus finds the tube and tells Christopher to leave, but Christopher is dumbstruck as he sees an alien friend, and just stands there as Kubus's team shoots at them. Wikus kills some of them, and tells Christopher he needs to fight for his son. Christopher finds himself again and grabs some bombs. He uses the bombs to create a way for them. They get in a vehicle and get away as the guards shoot them. Kubus follows them in a helicopter and shoots at them as they head to District 9. When they reach the hut, Wikus asks Christopher how long he'll take to turn back to fully human. Christopher says 3 years, and he is pissed. Wikus hits Christopher, and he faints. Wikus goes down to the basement. Kubus gets to the hut and asks Christopher if Wikus is down there. Kubus tries to open the door of the basement, but he can't. Wikus tells the prawn kid that they will come back for his father, and he tries to start the ship. Suddenly the earth starts trembling and a ship emerges from the ground. Kubus shoots the ship with missiles, the engine fails, and it crashes to the ground. Kubus gets into the ship, finds Wikus, and puts him in an MNU vehicle with Christopher, and takes them away, as the kid prawn hides in the ship and watches. But their vehicle is suddenly attacked by the Nigerians, and a fight breaks loose. The Nigerians take Wikus to Obasanjo. Obasanjo tells Wikus that he will cut him up and eat him to get his powers. Wikus says it won't work. The Nigerians prepare their knives. The kid prawn activates something on the ship, which sends a shock wave from the main mothership, and an alien robot that is with the Nigerians starts shooting them, and kills them all except Wikus. The alien robot then opens up for Wikus to enter. The kid prawn makes the mothership move towards its ship. Kubus tells the soldiers to make Christopher tell them what's happening. The soldiers throw tear gas into the hut where Wikus is. He gets into the alien robot, and Kubus is stunned, and tries to stop it by shooting it. It is unaffected. Kubus tells Wikus that he has his friend Christopher, but Wikus runs away. Wikus hears Kubus telling the soldiers to kill Christopher as he's not giving them information. Wikus hears that and suddenly attacks the soldiers and saves Christopher. He tells Christopher to follow him, and he will lead him to his son. Wikus and Christopher run towards the ship as they are being hunted by the soldiers. The snipers cause a huge dent in the robot's functioning, and it can barely walk. Wikus tells Christopher to go ahead to his kid, and he will join them later. Christopher hesitates, but Wikus convinces him to go. Christopher reaches his ship and inputs a command that causes their ship to go up towards the mothership. Kubus aims a missile at their ship, but Wikus catches it. A car crashes into Wikus, and he falls. He can barely stand. Kubus shoots him. The robot breaks and Wikus falls out. Wikus tries to crawl away, but Kubus holds a gun at him. Suddenly many prawns come towards them and attack Kubus. Christopher starts the ship as Wikus looks on as they leave. They never see Wikus again. Tanya finds a flower made out of scrap on her door. She thinks it's from Wikus. A prawn is shown making a flower just like the one she received, so it could be Wikus. Thank you guys for watching. I hope y'all liked the video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to watch many more such cool recaps. And hit the bell icon too. Bye.